Hey everyone, it's me, Arthur Kade, and there are few roles more iconic, more important, and more influential than Kunta, Kinte, and Roots. And Malachi Kirby, you are reviving it for a whole new generation. Talk to me about the importance of bringing this to the new generation.
For me, this is very important. I sat down with Mark Wolper, the producer of this new Roots, when I first got the part, and I asked him why he was doing it. Because like so many other people, one of the first things that I thought when I got the part and when I found out they were doing it was why? Why remake it? I had watched the original 2 years before and it affected me so powerfully. But basically he sat down with his kids who are like 15 and under and they watched it and they responded to it by saying, Dad, we get why this is important, we get why this is amazing, but we just don't connect to it. For whatever reason, it may have been that they didn't recognize any of the actors in it, they didn't feel like they could connect to the picture, the quality of the picture at the time. And so for me, knowing that this story is a part of history and so many people's history, I feel like it's important to recreate it so that everyone can access it today.
It's incredible because the issues that were relevant back then are still relevant today.
Very much so.
When people take a look at this, what do you hope they take away from this version of Roots?
I hope they take away a sense of empowerment and the understanding that the knowledge of self is important in order to know yourself and to be able to not accept what people tell you who you are. You know, it's like this thing of if you don't know who you are, people will tell you who you are. And for me, that very reason is why it's important to know your history and it's entitled to know your roots. So I would hope that people don't just see this as a story about slavery, but a story about a people who stood up against it and the strength of spirit in order to do that.
You were working with, when I say all-star cast, an all-star cast. Talk to me about being around people like Lawrence Fishburne, Derek Luke. I mean, such incredible actors. What do you take away from them as a young actor?
It was a blessing to be around them. Especially Forrest Whitaker.
Another one.
I play alongside him, Derek Luke, both of them. So many of the cast, to be honest. And all of them were so giving and so humble in character. But I guess the main thing that I took about them was their control of their art and their responsibility to make sure that they give to their art how they want to give to it. It was very empowering for me as a young artist growing up.
Kunta Kinte's journey touches all generations. How did it touch you? When you got into it and you had to live it, how did it touch you inside?
Playing this role or watching it?
Yes, playing this role.
It's still touching me. To be honest, the journey that, even after 3 weeks of shooting, we were shooting for 5 months, after 3 weeks I already felt like I had changed so much as a person. Going through the journey that he went on, I was saying to someone else the other day, there were so many parallels that I was going through as Malachi, that he was going through as Kunta. Down to the very last day, the very last scene that we shot was him breaking the chains and running through. And that spoke so much to me, just in volumes of just everything that I'm going through personally on my journey. And yeah, what came to me was, okay, so many of these people that were enslaved didn't even make it off of the boat, let alone live to have children in the midst of slavery. And so what was coming to me was, how did he survive it? You know, I'm playing him, I'm not particularly big, you know, I'm not bulky, and so it wasn't about muscular strength and it wasn't just about mental, but what I found was it was about the strength of spirit, the human spirit, and knowledge of self. And to go on that journey with him has also equipped me with a lot.